Hey guys, welcome to a new flight here in Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Today we will fly from the capital of Hungary to the capital of Azerbaijan. So today we will fly from Budapest to Baku, and this flight we will fly with an Airbus A320 of Wizz Air. And the flight time of our flight today will be about 3.5 hours, and the distance we will fly today is approximately 2,600 kilometers. Here in Budapest we will depart close to midnight. Our scheduled time of departure is 21:45 UTC, so then it will be 23:45 local time here in Budapest. So now I would say we can go into the cockpit of the Airbus A320 and can start preparing our aircraft for this flight. So here we are in the nice cockpit of the Airbus A320. Everything's at cold and dark state at the moment, so we first need to turn on both batteries to get some electricity on board, and then we can directly turn on the external power to get enough electricity for all systems here on board, because the external power is already connected. It's right here next to the nose gear of the aircraft. There it is, the external power. So, and then we can turn on some lights here in the cockpit to see everything better. So first the background lights, I would say, of all panels. We can do it right here. So, and then we can turn on the whole light in the here in the cockpit, but this light we will turn off when we are on the taxiway and on the runway, and then we'll first turn on again when we are up in the air. So let's turn this light on, and this light we will turn off when we then are pushed back and are on the taxiway, are taxiing towards the runway and are taking off. And when we are up in the air, we will turn this light on again, and when we are getting closer to our destination, so when we are on final somewhere, then we will turn this light off again, but maybe we do not need this light then anymore, because the sun will rise when we will arrive then in Baku, because then it will be early in the morning when we will arrive in Baku. So let's continue preparing the Airbus A320 for this flight. So the next step we can do is to turn on all displays. So first let's turn on the PFD, primary flight display. This is enough brightness. So then let's turn on the navigation display, and we can also turn on the turn up the brightness of the terrain or weather radar, but we probably only use the terrain radar today. So then let's turn on the upper ECAM. This looks good, or maybe a little bit brighter. Yeah, that's fine. And also the lower ECAM. So there you can see, and also here it's 21:22 in some seconds. So 21:22 UTC it's now. So we have around about 23 minutes left until we need to leave the parking position. So the next step we can do now is to let's activate the integrated checklist here, which are here integrated in this add-on. So let's turn on the checklist, and for the first checklist, the cockpit preparation checklist, we can also turn on the co-pilot, but for the other checklists we will turn off the co-pilot then again. So let's start with the cockpit preparation checklist. And while captain and co-pilot go through the cockpit preparation checklist, we can we can now request boarding. Or first we need to request the catering services, and then we can request boarding. So let's open the menu of GSX, and there we can request the catering services. Handling operator will be Wizz Air, because we also fly with an aircraft of Wizz Air today. And then we need to reset that now, because we first need to enter put in the load sheet for our flight today in the MCDU2 before we can request GSX, request boarding and catering services, so that GSX knows how much passengers are on board today and so on. So let's go here back to the MCDU2 to load and fuel, and we can initialize the load sheet, put it in here. So we will take about a little bit more than 13 13 tons of fuel today. We have about 107 passengers on board. We have 107 passengers on board and 3.75 tons of cargo. So we can load this instant so that now is everything on board, and now we can request GSX. There you can see fuel on board about 13 tons as we need for this flight. So let's open the menu of GSX again, and now we can request catering services, and there it is, Wizz Air as the handling operator. And now GSX knows how much bags and so on need to be loaded into the aircraft. You can see here 3 of them, 3 of these I don't know the English word of this. No, I don't know it. But before we put in the load sheet here of into the Airbus A320, you maybe noticed that there were 5 of these here, 5 of these, but now there are 3 because because there's not more cargo than. So only 3 containers need to be loaded into the belly of the aircraft here in the front and in the back. Yeah, I hope you understand what I mean. So now we can continue to prepare everything else which we need to prepare for this flight, so that we can leave the parking position on time. But one thing we need to do, I forgot, we also can request boarding right now so that we do not forget it when the catering is completed. And now we also open some doors, and then we can continue with other things we need to do. So aircraft doors, we also open the after left door on the left side, and also front right and after right door for the catering vehicles. Then also front cargo and after cargo, so that the baggage of our passengers can be loaded on board into the belly of the aircraft. So great, they are finished with the cockpit preparation checklist. We can already turn off the co-pilot. We will not use it. We'll not use the co-pilot for the other checklists. Maybe on final, but for the other checklist here on the ground, we do not use the co-pilot. So now we can put in all necessary information here we need for this flight into the into the MCDU. So we first go to the init page and press Align IRS. And I already saved the route we will fly today, so all waypoints and airways we need by using a company route, so we can load everything into the MCDU right now. Therefore we need to first type in the ICAO code of the airport of Budapest. It's Lima Hotel Bravo Papa, and then the ICAO code of the airport of Baku. It's Uniform Bravo Bravo Bravo, and then there also needs to be 0 and a 1, and this one comes in here. And then the next step is to put in the flight number. It's Wizz Air Whiskey Zulu Zulu 249er. This flight number Wizz Air also uses in reality for this flight, which also flies at the same time we are flying today. So cost index, as I always use, is 45, and the cruising altitude today will be flight level 370. So we will fly very high today. So that's everything we need to put in here, and then we can also go to the next page of the init page, and there we can type in the block fuel. It's 13.1 is the block fuel for our flight today. So that's everything that needs to get in here into the init page, and then we can now choose the SID here for Budapest and the star for Baku. So first we need to contact ground control to request which runway we will depart to which runway we will use to depart here in Budapest. So first we need to listen to the ATIS, but now it's too late, so yeah, I forgot. Maybe we can do this afterwards. So runway 31 right is our runway for the departure here in Budapest today. So there are the catering vehicles. Nice, everything is loaded onto the aircraft, into the aircraft. So, and looks like the catering vehicles are finished. So then boarding will start very soon. So we can now close the door, the front right door. So aircraft doors, front right, and I think the after right we will be able to close the after right door soon too. So there it is. So there it says we can close the after right door too. Now the catering vehicles will leave the aircraft, and the vehicles with the baggage and cargo will come to the aircraft, and also the bus will drive towards the aircraft so that the passengers can come on board. And we will now select the SID for the departure today. So it's runway 31 right, and we select here Lima Hotel Bravo Papa in the MCDU. Go to departure, runway 31 right, 3.7 kilometers, round about that is the length of the runway. That's enough, so we can choose this runway. And our standard instrument departure route today is Nora 3 Delta departure, so it is this one here. So let's choose this one and insert it into our flight plan. Then we go to the destination, Uniform Bravo Bravo Bravo, choose arrival. We will do an ILS approach approximately to runway 34 if the weather does not change, or if the weather will be as the weather forecast set. So it will be runway 34 will be the active runway for landing, so we will do an ILS approach to runway 34. But if the weather is good, we can fly the last 1,000 feet then without ILS, or better to say we fly the rest manual. We do a visual approach for the last 1,000 feet or something about that. Maybe also already at 2,000 feet, but we will see then on final. So our star will be, our standard terminal arrival route will be early 1 Foxtrot arrival. It's this one here. It's already on the first page, so we can choose it and insert into our flight plan. Now we can go through our flight plan and have a look whether there are some discontinuities which we can clear. So this one needs to be cleared. And is there another one? No, there's no other discontinuity, so we can leave it like this. There you can see our planned flight time will be 2 hours 52 minutes, and the distance we will fly in nautical miles is nearly 1,400 nautical miles. So as you also hear, the passengers are getting onto the aircraft. We press here those buttons. Here we can put in our cruising altitude at flight level 370, so we can configure now the MCP. So it was a little bit too much. That is 370. We can put in the actual altimeters. It's 1023. We have nice weather today here in Budapest. As you can see, some clouds, and the outside air temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. So very great weather when you fly in summer today. So, but at the moment, the baggage is loaded on board. You can see the containers are getting on board. The passenger bus is already away, so all passengers are on board now. Yeah, it said some seconds ago there. Here it says boarding completed. And yeah, the already pushback truck is waiting for us to request the pushback, but it will take some minutes until we are ready for pushback. So we then probably need to push back with the nose to the left and tail to the right. We can have a look where we will taxi. Yeah, we need to taxi this direction down there to runway 31 right. Looks very nice, everything here at night at this airport, with all these lights there. Here lights at the taxiway and the runway lights, very nice. And there are also the other lights here at the apron. Looks great. So we can turn off this and have a look at the clock, what time it is. It's 21:33, so we are perfectly on time at the moment, and I think we will be able to leave the gate on time. Maybe a little bit earlier, or maybe really exactly as we should get off block here at this gate, as we should leave parking position Romeo 27 2, it's our parking position here at Budapest. So we can also turn on the terrain here on the ND, I would say. So, and then everything else is already ready for push back. The next thing we need to do is then the before start checklist, but before we are able to go through the before start checklist, we first need to close the doors, but we are not able to close the doors now because the baggage because there's still some baggage left which needs to be loaded into the belly of the aircraft. But that's no problem, we have now about 10 minutes left until we need to leave the gate. So now we have some time to listen to the ATIS to get the actual weather information here at this airport. Yeah, light wind, great visibility, some clouds there. Yeah, we can see them up there. There are some clouds that they are at 5,100 feet. And as you can see here also, the temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. Runway 31 right and 31 left are in use. Yeah. So that was weather information, bravo. So we can go back onto the frequency of the ground of this airport. And yeah, wait for the ground services to finish their work, but they are nearly finished. On the here in the back of the aircraft, the truck already drove away. There are all 3 containers in the belly of the aircraft. The last one is now here being loaded onto the belly of the aircraft. It looks so nice here at night at this airport, and also with the navigation lights here of this aircraft here, which are also which you can also see on the ground. Here the red light on the left side, on the right side the green light. Really nice. And when we will turn on the strobes later on when we are lining up, you will also see that the strobes also are you can also see the strobes here on the ground. I think you say they illuminate on the ground, or? But I don't know whether it's correct to say it like this. So that they illuminate onto the ground. And there also, as it should be during night, the logo light is turned on.